Hey everybody, good afternoon, and welcome to the adibiip Group Innovators Live Q&A with Amir and Victoria, bringing you guys awesome intellectual property content every single day of the week, trying to bring you guys clarity around patents, trademarks, copyrights, trade secrets, everything involving intellectual property. We want to try to provide as much useful and valuable content as we possibly can. So thank you so much for watching. This is episode number 110. We hope you guys are all having an awesome new year. And we want to just keep trying to bring you guys as much useful information that we possibly can that's relevant to what you guys are doing. So if you guys have specific questions about intellectual property, please send your questions to Victoria at adibiip.com. This can be questions, comments, ideas, things that you guys might want us to explore in future episodes. Just send an email to Victoria. She'd love to hear your guys' feedback and get comments for possible future episodes. We also have a community number. So please text our community number at 415-943-5193, 415-943-5193, so that we can be part of our text community. Once you join our community, you can shoot me texts, and I will get your text, and I will respond. You'll have direct access to me. And if you send me questions, I will get your questions answered on the show. So before we get into today's episode 110, we're going to do a quick recap on episode 109. So Victoria, if you could help us out and remind us what we did yesterday on episode 109.
Sure. So yesterday on episode 109, we kind of looked at how you can protect your perfume bottles. And we used the example of Pierre Cardin.
You can say it proper. You can say it proper French. I won't.
Pierre Cardin, yeah.
Beautiful. So that was a really awesome episode. You guys got to see how huge name, big brand went about using trademarks to protect his brand, not just for his name, but also on designs, like Victoria pointed out so importantly. He used trademark to protect the shape of his bottle designs, and then also packaging that his perfume bottles went into, and then the whole list of word marks that you can go search, check it out. But his initials, his cursive, his name in cursive, the famous parrot, the color, the parrot in color. So cool episode, go check it out. Huge brand. And so let's move on. Let's see what we're going to do today on episode 110.
Today on episode 110, you're going to answer the question, how can you protect your pencil company?
Awesome. Thanks so much for kicking it off, Victoria. So I was thinking about this famous pencil company that a lot of you guys may be familiar with. I don't think you guys can actually see this, but I will share my screen. Now, one thing I'm gonna kind of preempt this, but basically, as you can see, their erasers tend to be very unique. I'm gonna get right into it. I'm just gonna share their website so we can see very clearly. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. I'm gonna open up their website. So this is Blackwing, which a lot of you guys probably are familiar with. A huge pencil company based, well, I shouldn't say based. They have a big presence in Oregon and Portland, but from what I understand, their parent company is actually based in California. So they sell all kinds of pencil-related products and stationery, pencils, papers, notebooks. But they have these very famous pencils, and so I thought, well, let's just do an episode on them. Let's check them out. Let's see if they use trademarks to protect their iconic brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by going to, well, actually, let me see if I can get just a quick close-up, though, on their pencils, because I do think it's important for the episode if we can just see, get a clear picture of what these pencils look like. Let's see if I can zoom in. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit just so you guys can nice and clearly see these very unique pencil designs. So let's get to the bottom of it. Let's see if we can research and try to understand their trademark portfolio and see how they might have used trademark law to protect their pencil brand. So if you go to tsdr.uspto.gov, this is usually where the show and the episodes and the episodes start, because this is the best starting place for doing initial searches, at least in the US. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on search trademarks. Remember, what I show you guys in these episodes, you guys can apply in anything that you guys do in your own businesses and your own professions to research and try to understand portfolios, trademark portfolios of competitors, or just to get a better sense of how you can get a better sense of going about protecting your own trademark portfolio. So I'm going to click on basic word mark search, and I'm just going to type in Blackwing. And what I really want to do is I want to try to figure out the entity that's actually putting out the Blackwing. So I'm going to go ahead and click search. Now, I'm going to get a lot of results. I'm going to click around. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for a pencil. This one involves engines. Let's take a look at this one. Sound recordings. This one involves UAVs. This one involves stationary. Here we go. So this is the big tell. The fact that I was able to find one that had stationary pencils. And I notice here the registrant is California Cedar Products Company. Now, if you do some research on California Cedar Products Company, you'll see they actually have a lot of other different brands. But for the purposes of this show, I want to focus on pencils because I think it's really, really interesting. And I want to show you guys something that's a very, 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 very powerful that you can do with trademarks to protect articles. As long as their look is truly distinctive, it is possible to file a trademark application. So on their look, on their three-dimensional configuration. So let's take a look at how they did that. So well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy their name, and I'm going to do a search by owner. So I'm going to go back to TSDR. Oh, sorry. I'm going to go back to TSDR. I'm going to click search trademarks, and then I'm going to do a search. But rather than do Blackwing, I'm going to do a search on the actual company name. So, and I'm going to look for live marks just for the purposes of it. Actually, let's just do live. And I'm going to select owner name, and I'm going to hit submit query. Okay, now in order to make this go a little more smoothly, I'm going to do an image list. That way I can see right away all the images. Now the first one that comes up is this one here. Now this one is still pending. Now one thing I'll point out, let's see if we can actually find this logo, see if they're actually using it already. Oh, they are right here. You see it right here on the top left. You can see for those, I'm actually zoomed in all the way, but you can see it's on the upper left right here next to Blackwing. So looks like that's in the works. Oh, I kind of preempted it a bit. But let me go back. Oh wait, I have the wrong window open. Okay, so that's that. Let me see what other ones we can find. So again, this is Blackwing. So this is going to be, oh, so they also sell clothing. Looks like they also sell music related materials. Let me see what other types of marks we find. Cosmetics, medicated cosmetics. So wide range of products. But again, the real focus of this episode is going to be on pencils. Now, as you scroll down, what you'll notice is right here. This is a really, really interesting mark. And this is the mark that I really wanted to focus the episode around because I thought it was really interesting. They have a lot of other marks on a lot of other names. For example, Palomino. Palomino is, again, also one of their pencil brands, and it actually appears, again, you guys can't see on my screen, but again, it's commonly used on their pencils, and it's part of their branding for their pencils. So, and what I can do is I can actually show you, I'll go into TSDR, and I'll just show you the specimen that was actually submitted. This was submitted back in 2013. Now, and here you go. So there's Palomino right there. So that's the packaging that holds the pencil. So packaging is a valid specimen for goods. Now, before I go back to the three-dimensional configuration mark, I should also point out that, well, let me just get into it. So again, big company, Duraflame, you guys also have heard of this. So these are the log, they sell logs. But let's focus on pencils. So let's get into it. So as you can see, they have a design mark, a registered design mark. It's registered already on the design of the back end of their pencil. So let's zoom in, take a closer look so you guys can get a nice clear view of this. Now, what they've done is they've claimed, so they don't claim color as a feature of the mark, but the mark consists of a three-dimensional trade dress design of a pencil ferrule as depicted by the solid lines in the drawing. So what they're protecting with trademark is the back metal piece that clamps and holds the eraser in place. So I'm trying to show you guys on the video, but it's actually not very easy for you to see, but I can show you more clearly here if I click on the actual, let's see if I can have a zoom in on the pencil. So you can see here, it's this metal end that actually clamps the eraser. That's what they filed this trademark on, and that's what they've protected. So you can see the eraser fits in on one end. This end over here is the pencil, and this is what they're protecting. So this right here is the subject of their trademark, and it's it's called a trade dress. And the reason why they're able to get a registered trademark on it is because it was held to be sufficiently distinctive and serve as a source identifier. So really, really interesting, really, really fascinating. So again, the broken lines, so the eraser and the pencil, they're not claiming that as a feature, as part of the mark. So it's just the metallic end. Let's hop into TSDR and let's take a look at the specimens that were submitted. So this will show nice, clear images of the actual specimen. So again, the specimen was submitted in 2017, and I'm zoomed in all the way. Let me scroll over so you guys can see. And here you go. So here's the black wing. Palomino, remember we looked at this earlier, but as you can see here, it's this metallic end that's on the end of the pencil, and that is what this company has trademarked. So super interesting way to protect your articles, right? This is an actual good, but they have a trademark on this end that holds the eraser. And that's because whenever a consumer sees that end, they will associate it with goods that are coming from this provider of pencils. So if a feature of your product is sufficiently unique and distinctive to serve as a source identifier, then all of you should also consider filing trademark applications on those designs. What's really, really cool and really, really powerful about trademarks is that they last forever as long as you continue to use them. As long as you use them continuously, pay the renewal fees, they will go on and live indefinitely. So really, really powerful, and something that you should seriously consider doing. If you guys put goods into the market that have distinctive designs, distinctive features that are sufficiently distinctive to serve as source identifiers, then you ought to consider also filing trademarks on designs such as these. So that's really all I want to say about this pencil company. But again, I think this is a really valuable episode because it's a perfect example of a trade dress or 3D configuration mark where the applicant actually pursued a trademark on a design of their actual good. So something to consider if you guys are putting out pencil stationery, really any product. I mean, pencils is just one example, right? But really any product that you put out, if it's really is truly distinctive and it has a distinctive design feature, then you might consider also filing a trademark application on that design. So again, I want to thank all of you guys for watching this episode. This is episode 110. I really, really hope that what we're doing is providing really useful content, because ultimately that's our goal. That's what we're trying to do here. We just want to provide as much useful information as we possibly can. So if there's anything that we can do, please feel free to email Victoria. You can email her at victoria@adibiip.com. If you guys have questions or have ideas for future episodes, just shoot her an email, and she'll pass it on, and she'll make sure that your question gets on our show or your topic gets on our show. And again, we also have a community number, so we'd love to have you as part of our text community. Go ahead and text 415-943-5193, 415-943-5193 to join our text community. If you join our text community, you'll have direct access to me. You can send me your questions and I'll get them answered on the show, or I'll just answer your questions directly. Or if you have ideas for topics, just send them my way and we'll consider having them as future topics for our show. So again, this is episode 110, really, really valuable episode in terms of showing you guys how you guys can go about filing trademark applications on actual articles, on the designs of your actual goods, and how you can go about using trademark law to protect them. So hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you guys tomorrow for episode 111. Thank you.